Hello everybody, welcome to a new episode of Sport Talk. I am your host Evan, and today I'm joined by Zach and Lucas. And before we begin, make sure to follow us on YouTube at Sport Talk and TikTok and Instagram at sport.talkpodcast. And today we have a lot of topics to discuss, including the AFC North race. Is Jamar, Chase, and Justin Jefferson top 10 receivers? The Stafford and Kupp duo, and rule changes that would change the NFL to make it better. So we're just going to dive straight into it. The AFC North race is one of the most tight divisions, I would say, and it has four teams that all have a good chance of making it to the playoffs, and it's one of the better divisions in the AFC. The Bengals lead it. They're 9-6. The Ravens are 8-7, and the Steelers are 7-1, and then the Browns are 7-8. So who do you guys think is going to make it out of the AFC North?
Well, I'd say the Bengals for sure. All they've got to do is win one more game. This week's going to be hard because they play Kansas City. But I think the remaining schedule, they have to play the Browns, who's the worst team in the division. So I think they should be able to take care of business.
The Browns won by like 30 last time, though. So
that is true, but I feel like that was on the Bengals' bad stretch. I feel like they're hot right now.
Yeah, I think it'll be the Bengals. They just got to win one more game. One more of the two left. Chiefs will be tough, yeah, but I think we can handle the Browns.
Yeah, I do too, and I don't see the Steelers having that 16% chance.
The Steelers have no chance.
They have no chance.
They are just awful.
They suck.
They are very bad.
Ravens, they aren't good now either.
Well, yeah, because we don't know if Lamar's going to play.
Even if he has been playing, Lamar Jackson has not been playing well recently.
No.
So that doesn't help either. And the Browns, just no.
But I have seen something interesting with the Browns. It's if they went out and the Rams beat the Steelers or something like that they're going to...
I think the Rams play the Ravens.
Oh, the Ravens. If the Rams beat the Ravens, they make it to the playoffs. So I think that the Browns have the second best chance to make it.
Yeah, I don't know why the Browns are last year. I would honestly say the Browns... if the Bengals lose to the Chiefs this week, the division is probably going to come down to the winner of the Browns and Bengals game. I don't think the Ravens and the Steelers are really even in the question anymore. No, I think it's really just Bengals Browns.
Which is weird because the Ravens are 8-7 and the Browns are 7-8, but the Browns have a better chance than the Ravens do.
Well, the Ravens
also
the Bengals. They've both been losing.
Well, the Bengals. They've beaten the Ravens twice this year, right?
And the Bengals swept the Ravens and the Steelers.
But the Browns beat them once.
Yeah, they're 4-1 in the division, and their one loss is to the Browns.
Yeah. So that is probably why that they have a better chance, because they've beaten the division leader, and it would just be better. Yeah. But yeah, I would agree with you. I think the Bengals are probably going to make it out. Their last performance was offensive, it was just spectacular.
Explosion.
Yeah.
Unless they pull some bull crap and just blow it, and then
that could happen. That is what the Bengals do. But I think that they're like 100% the best team in the division. I would put them ahead of the Browns, Steelers, and the Ravens this year.
The Browns game just kind of concerns me a little bit because of how it went the last time.
But I don't think
that was
Chubb
really, really bad last time. Nick Chubb had the best game of the season. Our offense was god-awful. We couldn't do anything. We threw 1,000 interceptions.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb just
ran through us.
The defense may as well not even been on the field. It was terrible.
Yeah. It was not good.
Well, I think we've had I think we're on a hot streak right now.
I agree though. That was during the Bengals.
That's when they lost to the Jets.
Yeah, that was their
we figured some things out, and now we can game plan better against them because we know that
if they just played consistently, they would be one of the best teams in the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
Their offense is insane. I would almost say that too. If they played consistently, I don't know who's gonna. If the Bengals played consistently, they would not have lost the Jets, the Browns, or the Chargers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or the Niners.
Or the Niners. If they played consistently, they would not have lost 4 of their 6 losses.
Yeah,
Packers
13-2.
Packers
make a field goal, we'd win.
Yeah, if we can make a field goal.
Who else did we lose to?
The
Broncos.
No, we beat the Vikings. We beat the Broncos.
We did.
Yeah, we beat the Broncos. Lost to the Vikings.
Yeah.
We didn't lose to the Vikings.
I think we did.
I'm pretty sure we didn't lose. I don't know, man.
I have no idea. I'll look it up.
I think Dalvin Cook ran all over us.
Probably.
doubt.
We have a problem with running backs.
Yeah, well, that's weird. I guess our defensive line's more pass rushing, right? It was
Yeah,
would
the
you
Bengals'
consider
defensive line is
Who's the
definitely
Pro Bowler
pass
we
rushing.
got?
Trey Henderson?
He's
He's
good.
more of a pass
Yeah.
rusher, I'd
Our-
say. And then
Plus
Sam
Hubbard.
Hubbard.
Their defensive line is definitely a pass rushing.
So we lost to the Bears.
The Bears, that's
That's
it.
it.
We wouldn't have lost to them either.
Yeah, we lost to the Bears by 3.
They're awful.
Lost to the Bears by 3, Packers by 3, Jets by 3, and then got killed by the Browns. And then we lost by 20 to the Chargers, and then 3 to the Niners.
So if we played
Four
consistently,
3-point losses.
4 games have been decided by 3 points or less.
so if the Bengals played consistently throughout the whole season, we wouldn't have lost 4 of the 6 games.
we would have.
5. We wouldn't have got beat by the Bears.
That's true.
Yeah, so we would have.
14-2 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would have put us like atop the AFC.
That'd be the best record in the NFL.
That's totally
Yeah.
reasonable. Like that is like totally reasonable for the Bengals.
I think-
All of the games they've lost, except for the Chargers and the Browns, have been super close. But even at that point, the Chargers and the Browns,
The
they
Chargers
just played
game.
terribly the whole game.
The Chargers game was close until the very end. There was
Yeah.
a turnover.
They
looked-
just played too badly in both of those games.
the score in
to,
that
like,
game doesn't dictate how the game actually went.
it was a good game until the very end.
They just played so horribly early on in that game.
Yeah, they had a
stood no
had a
chance.
stretch of like 3 or 4 weeks where they were just terrible.
Yeah,
Like the Jet. It was that
The
week with
Jets,
the
Browns.
It was the Jets, Browns, and then they had a bye week. So
And then after the bye week,
Then they played the
then-
Raiders and Steelers, which are garbage, and then they played the Chargers. And
The
then
Raiders game was supposed to be a pretty good game.
Yeah, so they
beat
had
them
like
by 20.
they had one stretch where they were just terrible, which was those 2 weeks with the Jets and the Bengals. They had a bye. They came out strong after the bye, and then they played really badly against the Chargers and the Niners.
I don't know if I'm a playoff team and I have to play the Bengals. I'm scared because
Really?
because so your
They're
first
one of the most
round.
talented teams in the NFL.
Okay, so you take away Jamar Chase, you got T. Higgins who's over 1,000 yards
and then Boyd.
receiver, and you take away Higgins and Chase, you still got Boyd who's almost at 1,000 yards.
And if you're taking away like 2 receivers, then you're not going to have as much in the box against the run.
And don't forget about the Pro Bowl running back we have as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Joe Mixon, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
just worried that if they do make it, I mean, I think that they could at least go out of round 1. It just depends on who they play.
They're dangerous for sure.
Yeah,
I don't want them to play the Patriots, though.
Yeah, like you said, like if they play the Patriots, our run. Joe Mixon's.
The Patriots have pretty much zero talent. The only thing that scares me is Bill Belichick.
But I think they can stop our offensive line, and then Joe Mixon can't do much. We have to throw the ball the whole time. Because
It's
I would
bad,
take Joe
but-
Burrow over Mac Jones any day.
Oh,
of the week,
100%.
though, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, Mac Jones
100%.
is just. Ugh.
I
don't like him.
I don't know. Like as a Bengals fan, it's hard for me to trust them in the
I don't trust
playoffs.
him.
Yeah.
I don't trust
Because
him.
if you see that, like
Last time we were
when
in
they
it.
finally made the playoffs last time, they were in the Steelers and they threw that game away. What makes me think that they're not going to do that this year?
Well, that's just a historic Bengals move. They always blow it, and it's just.
When's the last
so
time-
I don't trust them until I'm proven otherwise.
When's the
But
last time we won a playoff
I
game?
think they're.
It's been a long time since they've won.
Last time they won a
game.
playoff game?
Oh.
Did they
80s or 90s,
because
I think.
they didn't win one with Marvin Lewis, did they?
No.
He always got him there, and they always choked.
Yeah, I think it had to have been the 80s or the 90s. I trust them more now, though, because of the
I did
guys
too.
they got in there now.
They definitely have. This
Joe
is one of the
Burrow
better
and-
teams that they've had.
Yeah, I trust that they're on the right path. I don't think they're ready for the playoffs.
No, I
honestly.
think they're a year or two away from being a true contender.
I agree.
Well, right now they have a Pro Bowl running back under 25 years old. They have Joe Burrow, who's under 25 years old, and they have
They're young.
2,000-yard
They're really
wide
young.
receivers who are under 25 years old.
I think that's why they play so inconsistently is because they're just
They're
really
so
young.
young.
They're a bunch of
that's
rookies and
one of my
second-year players.
that was one of my things
So
too.
that's why I'm like, I don't trust them right now. I don't think they're quite yet a playoff team because they're so young. They play so inconsistently. They have so many turnovers because they're young.
Yeah.
In a couple of years, I think they're going to be pretty legit.
Like if you think about it, our core offensive guys is a rookie and then 2 guys that have been in the league for 2 years, and then Joe Mixon has been in there for like 4 or 5.
Yeah. So I mean, our longest, the longest guy with most experience is Tyler Boyd, and he's only played like 6 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're a very young team, which is good. It just takes a couple of years.
Yeah.
So you think that there's no chance that the Browns or Ravens make it in?
I think the Browns have a better chance than the Ravens. If the
I
Browns,
think the only team that has the chance besides the Bengals is the Browns.
look up the Browns' remaining schedule, because I think if they
play.
if they win this week and the Bengals lose to the Chiefs, then it comes down.
It comes down to that final
that
game.
whoever gets that game.
They play this.
I mean, unless
so they play the Steelers on Monday night.
Okay, that's okay.
And then they play the Bengals.
Yeah, I mean, so they'll beat the Steelers. So there's a division game they just won. Steelers are out. Ravens are probably going to lose to the Rams. I don't care if Lamar plays; he has not been playing well.
And
I have him in fantasy. He's not good.
Yeah.
So they're going to lose to the Rams. So yeah, if the Bengals lose to the Chiefs, which I think there's a good chance of that happening, and the Browns beat the Steelers, which that's going to probably happen, it comes down to that game. Yeah. I don't know why the Ravens and the Steelers are even in contention, honestly.
They shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I mean, it says the Ravens have a 31% chance. I don't know how that's even
I
possible.
think they have a 0% chance.
The Browns have a 9% chance. Like, I don't know how that's
because I don't
true.
I don't see the Steelers or the Ravens.
The Steelers and the Ravens, I don't think are going to make it.
No.
Yeah.
The Steelers 100% aren't. I don't think the
they're
Steelers
not
are.
very
No,
good.
they're so bad.
But hey, you never know. They could.
No, I think the Steelers have a chance to beat the Browns.
That's what I was just about to say. I think
You think they can beat the Browns?
I think they could beat the Browns.
I
Seriously?
do.
I don't think the Browns are very good.
They beat us by 30.
Okay, yeah, but if you look now. They have Baker Mayfield, who basically has 4 injuries.
Yeah,
and he's having a down
really
year.
walking.
You have Nick Chubb, who's amazing
Nick
running
Chubb's
back.
on and off, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
and then Kareem Hunt,
Kareem Hunt's not
IR,
playing
yeah,
anymore,
he's
I don't
hurt.
think.
yeah, when health, he's not playing. And then they traded Odell, so their only receivers are Jarvis Landry and Donovan Peoples-Jones. I'm not worried about that. Then on defense, you have Myles Garrett, who is very
He's
good.
dealing with some
Myles
injuries,
Garrett
though.
Yeah, him
He's
and
probably the best defensive end in the NFL.
yeah, and then
Yes.
Denzel Ward. But then after those guys, there's nobody that really stands out to me.
I agree, but they still just scare me because of how bad they beat the Bengals the first time.
I know, but I think as of
And they
right,
had all those same players at that point too.
did they traded? Did they have Odell? Right?
Well, I mean, they had Odell, but he
But
didn't
Odell
play.
didn't do anything.
Yeah.
No,
with
yeah,
them.
it was the same team they have now is the team that beat the Bengals by 30. So it's just
Yeah, but-
I mean, it's really just comes down to who shows up to play.
Yeah.
If the Bengals show up to play, they're going to win.
Oh yeah, if the
If-
Bengals play their game, they'll win.
Yeah, but
but
if they
the
play
problem
like
is,
trash-
like we were saying, is they're young.
They're inconsistent.
So-
And they're young, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I have more faith in them now just because I think they got the right people in there. I mean, Joe Burrow is definitely the guy.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
Yeah. Any question that he wasn't the guy got thrown out the window last week.
I don't think there was ever a question at all this
I
year.
don't.
Joe Burrow has been a very good
The
quarterback.
only people,
Yeah.
the only thing people were knocking on him was interceptions, but that's not his fault.
Well, he's young. I mean,
If you look,
honestly, if you think about it, this is his rookie year.
yeah,
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on now. He's thrown like way more touchdowns than picks this year
yeah.
too. I mean,
But if you look at most of the picks he throws, it's off tip passes or his receivers
drop
just
balls.
dropping
Like, well,
it.
Jamar Chase.
most of the picks I'm almost certain are targets to Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
where he just drops the ball.
or tips them to. Yeah,
I mean, and
There
Joe
was
Burrow,
that-
Joe
there
Burrow
was-
doesn't really make a lot of poor decisions.
No,
It's
he's
just
a good decision
mistakes on the receiver, or
Yeah.
just I mean, he's,
Or him not getting enough
he'll make
protection.
mistakes. He's young, but I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think he's thrown an aggressive amount of picks. I mean, what is he, 11? I mean, that's not.
I think it's like
terrible.
third. He leads the league in interceptions.
does he
No, he does
really?
not.
No
I-
way.
There's
I
no
think
way
so.
he did.
I think
Baker
he's-
Mayfield threw
he
4
did at
last
one
week.
point.
I think he's close.
At
Oh, I
one
think
point
he's
in the
up
season,
there.
no, it was in that bad stretch
Stretch.
against the Jets and the Browns. I think he led at that point, but he
Yeah.
does not lead anymore. There's no way.
Baker had 4 last game.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield threw 4 picks in a single game.
They could have won that game too.
Yeah, that's the bad thing. He threw 4 picks and they still almost won.
Joe Burrow is third. He's tied for third.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
How many has he thrown?
So
No way
Ryan
he-
Tannehill, Tyler Heineke, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, and Trevor Lawrence all have 14 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not terrible though. I mean,
Well,
He's not having a 30-30 season like
Yeah,
Jameis
I mean,
Winston.
Yeah,
he has
I mean-
30 touchdowns to 14 interceptions. That's not that bad.
I mean, it's nothing special.
But that's the only thing
Yeah,
people
but you
knock on him is his
Yeah,
interceptions.
yeah.
Everyone
Yes.
everyone praises him for everything else. It's just
Yeah.
they think the interceptions is a problem.
Well, and the whole thing with Herbert and Burrow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Herbert's right behind Joe Burrow. He's only one pick behind him.
Herbert has thrown the same amount of picks, but only 3 more touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's
Well,
like I don't know
Herbert's
why.
a Pro Bowler.
Literally everybody thinks
Yeah, but you could make a good argument that Joe Burrow should have been a Pro Bowler.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean,
Joe Burrow should have.
He had last week. He had a quarter.
I think he. If Joe Burrow would have had that game earlier, I think he might have got in.
Yeah, I mean,
He threw
had-
for the 4th most yards in NFL history.
he had a quarter where he
That's,
threw
like,
for.
insane.
He was 10 for 11 and threw 3 touchdowns in a quarter.
Yeah, I'm just tired. I mean, I know. Like, obviously, I'm biased towards Joe Burrow, but I'm just tired of hearing all this knocks on Joe Burrow and oh, Justin Herbert is definitely the better
Now,
quarterback.
what I am gonna
if you
say
look at
about
the stats,
Herbert-
he's thrown what? He's only thrown 3 more touchdowns, and he's thrown the exact same amount of picks. Like, I don't know what. And the Bengals have a better record. The Bengals have a better record, too.
Head-to-head, though?
That wasn't Joe Burrow's fault.
No, I'm just saying, head-to-head.
Yeah, he does have
head-to-head. They only played 1 game so far since they've both been in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, Herbert won, but that's because the rest of the Bengals played terribly.
Joe
Burrow didn't throw. I mean, he threw, 1 pick that game, and it was because Jamar Chase dropped the ball?
That would have been a touchdown, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying. Half of his picks are because Jamar Chase drops the ball. I'm not knocking Jamar Chase. He's young, too, but, I mean...
He has had some drop issues the last couple weeks, though.
Yeah.
No, Jamar Chase hasn't had any issue. I mean, he's gotten back on track. You know, his first 7 games were unreal.
Yeah,
and then
ridiculous.
he had a rough stretch there, and he's getting back on track. But
I
don't blame him too much for these picks. For the drops and stuff, just because he's a rookie.
Yeah.
And he took a year off from football.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say,
true.
if it's not fixed by next year, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
If he can't grind in the offseason and fix that, I think there's a problem then.
Yeah. So in the Chargers-Bengals game, Burrow threw for 300 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and had a rushing touchdown.
And one of those picks was just not his fault.
Yeah, and Herbert threw for 317, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. So head-to-head, Herbert.
Head-to-head, they're about the same. They both threw for 300
1 touchdown,
yards.
3 touchdowns, 2
And then
picks,
2 picks,
1
One
pick.
touchdown. Yeah, I guess.
He has some touchdowns.
And I always said
I
before...
don't even care about this
before
head-to-head crap. They're both on the offense. It's not like he is physically beating him. I mean, they're both on the offense.
Before the draft, I said the Bengals should have drafted Herbert.
I
my big...
I think Joe Burrow was the right guy for their team because
he's definitely the right fit.
I'm taking Joe Burrow to build a franchise around just because his grit and his mentality and stuff. Joe Burrow is a very, very competitive guy, and he is I don't know. I feel like I don't really know how to describe it. I just feel like he has that mentality, and I don't see that really as much in Herbert. I mean, Herbert has a lot of guys around him. I mean, so does Joe Burrow, though. I mean,
they're both in very.
It's a never-ending argument. Chargers fans are going to say Herbert. Bengals fans are going to say Burrow.
I think you're right. I think they're about.
I think they're both in the.
They're both very good quarterbacks.
Yeah,
and they're both in the perfect.
They're both in the perfect spot for where
their situation. And you're never going to be able to convince people one way or the other. I will never be able to convince a Chargers fan Joe Burrow's better, and a Chargers fan will never be able to convince me Herbert's better. Yeah, it's just how it is.
Did you guys hear that Big Ben said that this game will be probably his last in Heinz Field?
I did hear him say that.
So he's probably going to retire after the season?
I think it's well overdue.
Oh, yeah.
He is bad.
He's bad. Yeah, I think that's good for the Steelers. I mean, I don't want the Steelers to be good.
I hate the Steelers with all my heart. I wish they'd keep Big Ben. I wish they'd keep rolling with him.
But, no, it's time for him to go. Because if you see, all of the guys from his class are gone except him.
Yeah, no,
so it's just time.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Two-time Super Bowl champion.
Oh, his resume is unreal.
Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's just...
That was a good quarterback class.
He's just very, very past his prime. I mean,
he's in his, late 30s.
I think he's 38, 39,
yeah.
which, I mean, isn't really that insane.
And he's not he's not super athletic or anything. He's
far from that.
Plus he's had a lot of injury issues the last couple of years.
No,
he gets beat up. I mean, if you watch the Steelers game...
But that could be, good. I know Big Ben sucks, but, if you think they're probably not going to have a top pick, so they either get some guy off free agency or
Mason Rudolph.
or draft some
Mason
guy.
Rudolph is gone.
Or they go for Mason Rudolph. So they'll have a quarterback problem probably for the next couple of years before they find
They'll draft some quarterback.
Well, yeah, but I don't.
Not gonna be that good.
Yeah, we don't know. I've
who are they
seen.
gonna get this year in college?
I've seen Sam Howell.
I don't know.
That's the guy I've seen mocked to from
UNC.
UNC, and I don't think that guy's gonna be a game changer.
No, he's not even that good at UNC.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, maybe he could get Kenny Pickett if he falls.
They'll draft somebody. I suppose,
who's their third string? The dude from Ohio State.
Oh, Haskins.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
He is.
I'm surprised he's not cut.
I can't believe he's still on the active roster.
I can't either. I thought he was gonna be really good too.
I didn't think he was gonna be that great. I was never the biggest fan of him, even at Ohio State, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand how he's still on the Steelers roster there, but
yeah, the Steelers. I'm very much enjoying the past 2 years watching their downfall. It's been very nice to see that.
Yes, yeah. But haven't we swept them the last 2 years?
No, we didn't sweep them last year because remember last year they had that. Well, the Bengals weren't very good last year, and the Steelers had that 11-0 start. Or whatever.
Oh yeah, they did start 11-0.
But then they lost the rest of the games after that. I mean, the Steelers were the worst undefeated team I've ever seen in my life at that point in time.
I feel like it's kind of like the Dolphins right now, and they're 7-game win streak.
Yeah, the Dolphins have won 7 straight, but they've played the worst teams.
They played like the Jaguars, the Texans. Yeah. I think the best team they've played is Baltimore when they didn't even have both their quarterbacks.
Yeah, that was, I mean, it is impressive to win 7 straight games, but they have played the worst teams in the NFL. So, I mean,
the Jets.
Yeah. So speaking of, we were talking about the Bengals and Jamar Chase for a little bit, and I was watching the Vikings and the Bengals because they were both on at the same time, and it popped into my head. Do you think that Jamar and Justin Jefferson are top 10 receivers right now? Zach, do you think they are?
I think Justin Jefferson is. I don't think Jamar Chase is yet, though. I think he might be.
I think he's close.
In a couple of years, maybe. I think he's got the talent.
I think Justin Jefferson's top 5. I think Jamar Chase is at like 11 or 12. I think he's right there.
He's close. I would say he's real close this year.
He's not top 10.
I can't put him in the top 10 because he's not consistent enough.
Yeah. Plus he's a rookie.
I don't really care as much that he's a rookie. It's just that has consistent. I mean, Justin Jefferson, I would have put him in the top 10 last year as a rookie.
Yeah.
It was just Jamar Chase has consistency issues,
Yeah, Justin Jefferson. I mean,
Justin Jefferson is top 10. He is a stud.
Even if he doesn't score, he's just such a
he's
threat.
second in the NFL in yards right now over Devontae Adams, Debo.
Now I will say he doesn't have a lot. I feel like 7 touchdowns. He doesn't really have a lot of touchdowns.
He has 9 touchdowns, I think.
Oh, 9?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. He has 9. Yeah, he doesn't.
Which is not a crazy amount.
No, he doesn't really have a crazy amount of touchdowns. But I mean, I don't care. He's got the yards and he's got the receptions. He's good. Justin Jefferson's very good.
Yeah, he's definitely got the yards. Yeah. I mean, with having Dalvin Cook as your running back, if you throw a 40-yard pass, Justin Jefferson, you get to the goal line, you're not going to throw it. Yeah, you're going to give it to Dalvin Cook.
Yeah. Well, and Justin Jefferson, his yards are very impressive. He's only behind Cooper Kupp, right?
Yeah, he's second.
Yeah, I mean, and Cooper Kupp is
about to break every wide receiver record.
Cooper Kupp has 300 more yards than he does.
Yeah, that's unreal. Cooper Kupp has had just an insane season. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would put Jefferson in the top 10. I would put Jamar probably in top 15.
I would say Jefferson's top 5.
I could go for that, honestly.
Devontae Adams.
Who are your top 5?
Yeah, who would you put top 5?
Devontae Adams has to be
Devontae Adams is one.
I'm just going to list players and tell me if you think Justin Jefferson's better than him, okay?
All right.
Cooper Kupp.
No.
Devontae Adams.
No.
Tyreek Hill.
No. They're right there. Tyreek Hill's just so much faster. He's just so fast.
I don't know. I mean, Justin Jefferson's probably a better receiver than Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
Tyreek Hill is just way more athletic.
Yeah.
I don't know, honestly. That one's tough. Continue.
Deebo Samuel?
Yes.
Yes, he's better than him.
Yes.
Chris Godwin?
Yeah.
Godwin's good.
Justin Jefferson, Chris Godwin?
I don't know.
Chris Godwin's just consistent.
Chris Godwin is really consistent.
But now he's not going to be. He's out there. He tore his ACL.
Chris Godwin is really good. I don't know about that. I don't know. Justin Jefferson might be better. I don't know, though.
I mean, you got to think.
That one and
Chris Godwin and Tyreek Hill have Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady's their quarterback, and Justin Jefferson's got Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. I don't know. Those two are tough ones. Tyreek Hill and Godwin. Those are tough.
Yeah.
He's not better than Mike Evans. I'll say that. He's not better than Mike Evans.
You think Mike Evans is better than
Justin Jefferson?
Yeah.
I would say so.
Okay. Mike Evans
is pretty good.
I know Mike Evans is good, but I feel like Mike Evans, if he doesn't score touchdowns, then he doesn't do much.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like he doesn't have a ton of yards.
Well, that's true, I guess. Chris Godwin gets more of the...
Chris Godwin gets the bulk of the yards, but like the...
Well, I guess so.
Well, because Mike Evans is huge.
Mike Evans is more athletic than Jamar Chase. The guy's like 6'5",
yeah, he's huge. Yeah, he's enormous.
I don't know. I mean, I could put Justin Jefferson in the top 5. I could see that. I mean, is there anyone else you're going to list?
I mean, there was only 3 guys.
We were definite 2 or 3 more.
Yeah.
So like,
Stephon Diggs.
He's better than him.
You think he's better than Diggs?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
I don't think he's better than Diggs.
He was Diggs' replacement.
Yeah, I think he's better than what Diggs was in the Vikings.
I don't think he was necessarily Diggs' replacement. I think Diggs just left. They didn't get rid of Diggs and draft this guy. Like, Diggs left.
Well, yeah, they traded Diggs and then they drafted a very good consolation
I think
prize.
him and Josh Allen have such a connection it makes them better.
Yeah. I could see that, I guess. I don't know. I would probably say Stephon Diggs. I just think Stephon Diggs is... I mean, last year, Stephon Diggs was arguably the best in the league.
He was really good.
Yeah, he was. He had a really good year last year.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's pretty good.
Is he a Pro Bowler this year?
I'm not sure. He might be. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is. He'd made it.
I think we can at least all agree, together, that Devontae Adams is the best.
Yeah.
I think that's I think
Devontae
Adams is the best receiver in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's so good.
I got two more people.
Okay.
Keenan Allen.
He is better than Keenan Allen.
Yes.
Terry McLaurin.
Okay, this is my thing about Terry McLaurin, though.
Terry McLaurin's a stud.
He's got 10 different quarterbacks every year.
Yeah,
he plays on the crappiest franchise of all
The
time.
football team.
They literally don't even have a name for the football team he's on right now.
Yeah.
And he's still out there putting up insane numbers.
No, Terry McLaurin is really good.
If you put Terry McLaurin with Aaron Rodgers, is he putting up Devontae Adams numbers? Yes or no?
Terry McLaurin with Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know about that. Devontae Adams is a special receiver. I mean, teams quadruple team him. I mean, he is the Ravens literally had two guys on him. The only other person I've seen do that is Calvin Johnson.
I think Terry McLaurin with a good quarterback is more of a Chris Godwin type player.
I could agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I see that.
I could see that.
Bunch of yards, yeah.
Yeah. Because I think he
just gets tons.
Terry McLaurin's very good.
He's like a 14 reception, 150 yard guy, but maybe a touchdown, maybe not.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
I don't know.
I think he's
Heineke as his quarterback, and he had Haskins as his quarterback.
Yeah.
Heineke's not bad though.
Heineke's not bad, but he's not good.
No, he's not great.
He's a franchise quarterback.
No, he's a 1 year.
Yeah.
He had Alex Smith.
I missed one. Do you think Jefferson's better than D-Hop?
All right, if D-Hop stays healthy...
Healthy DeAndre Hopkins, I don't think so.
Healthy DeAndre Hopkins is top 3. Changed my mind.
Probably, yeah.
Kupp, Adams, and D-Hop.
I think...
Healthy.
Oh, I don't know. I was going to say, I think...
You think Kupp's in the top 3 now?
Oh, he's about to break every record that Calvin Johnson set.
Do you think Kupp's in the top 3?
I think he's 2. He's 2. Who besides Devontae Adams is better than him?
It's just tough because I don't know... I don't know. I'm thinking more of who is the who's the better receiver? I'm not just looking at stats and stuff. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess if they're getting a lot of stats, they're probably the better receiver. But it's not always awesome.
He doesn't have
situation.
He doesn't have the Kupp's not as athletic as Tyreek Hill. He doesn't have the route running of Jerry Judy.
Cooper Kupp does have the route running. I will say. I don't know.
He's a smart football player. I mean, if you heard that one interview with him, he just confused me about what he said.
Cooper Kupp might be. I mean, stats wise, he's number 1 stats wise.
Yeah, he might be number 1 in all time stats wise in a season.
He's about ready to break Calvin Johnson, who broke Jerry Rice's records. So I mean.
He's just about to break Jerry Rice and Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I could very easily be convinced he's in the top 3, I guess. I don't know. I think Devontae Adams is cemented number 1. He is the best receiver.
I would agree with you on that.
Devontae Adams is the best. I think DeAndre Hopkins is probably top 3.
When Aaron Rodgers was out, he was still scoring Devontae Adams. He was still, it's the exact same numbers.
Devontae Adams is a stud. He is a very special receiver.
Very.
I think DeAndre Hopkins might have the best hands though.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a toss up between him and Adams though, honestly.
Yeah.
Hands wise.
Last year D-Hop it was, but this year just because he hasn't played much, a lot of people have forgotten about him.
Yeah, a lot of people have forgotten about him. Well, he's had a hamstring injury.
Yeah,
those are nagging.
Those are nagging.
They just
those really suck.
Would you put Jefferson over DK?
Yes, easily. DK Metcalf? Seriously? Yes.
Just asking. I'm not.
That's hard for me.
I think DK.
I love DK.
He is a DK fan.
I think DK Metcalf is a bit of a. I think he's a bit of a.
Who was their quarterback this year?
At the moment.
Who was their quarterback this year?
Geno Smith.
No,
I know. I'm just saying. I think he might be a.
Geno Smith.
I don't want to say disappointment because that's harsh. But
overrated.
I think he's not living up to what he should be. The man is 6'5", 250, and runs a 4.3.
But when you have
he should be the best receiver.
When you have a peak that college quarterback throwing to you when the NFL, it's gonna be pretty hard.
I understand. I think
he just doesn't get targeted. I watch Seahawks games and they just don't throw the ball.
They target Lockett a lot.
Yeah, they throw Lockett more.
Lockett's really good.
Yes, but when you have DK Metcalf, that's
yeah. I think DK
he needs to get out of
Metcalf.
the Seahawks.
If you look at DK Metcalf, he should be the best receiver in the NFL. He should be better than Devontae Adams.
Well,
are you kidding me? He's 6'4", 250, runs a 4.3. I mean, he should be the best receiver in the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay, with you saying that, do you think he's overrated?
I think he has not. I think he has not performed as well as he could and should be.
when you're used to having Russell Wilson and you have, what's his name, Geno Smith.
Yeah, no,
I
agree. I'm just given the talent he has not performed up to that. That's what I think. So I think Justin Jefferson is better than him. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I would agree. But like what you were saying, Lucas, with him and Geno Smith, he only had Geno Smith for like 4 or 5 games, and then he's had Russell Wilson for the rest of his career.
Has not really been great.
Russell Wilson's had an off year, and 5 games is a lot for. I mean, you got to think. You take Cooper Kupp's 5 games.
Cooper Kupp has like 200 million yards per game. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, he's tied for 6th in the league in touchdowns. He's 9.
Really?
Well, it's just because he's huge. Yeah. And you get in the red zone, you just got to throw it up.
Well, but the thing, he has the size of a red zone threat, but he has the speed and everything of a dude that can take it to the house from like 90 yards out. Like that's what I'm saying. He has so much talent. He is a ridiculously gifted receiver. I do not see him playing up to that, though. That's what I'm saying.
If we're having this conversation last year, I think it's totally different. Because last year he had 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns. I think if we're having this conversation
last year, Jefferson had.
I think,
and right now he's at 846 and 9.
Yeah, I think that if he
846.
I think if they get him,
his yards dipped a lot.
I don't know. Do you think he should lead the Seahawks? Or do you think he just
needs to get?
I think the Seahawks should just. I mean, I know they don't want to like blow it up, but I think it's probably best that they do.
I think it's time for.
They're not winning. The
Seahawks are not.
They're not going to win. They're in one of the toughest divisions in the NFL.
Yeah.
They're in the NFL.
I think it would be nice for DK Metcalf to leave because I think he could. I think he could play with his potential.
Where would he go though?
Quarterback. Where would he go?
I feel like everybody has like a solid receiver.
Yeah, everybody can only. I mean, you can use another one.
I would take DK Metcalf.
I would take DK Metcalf.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
Browns.
Oh,
maybe honestly.
That'd be sweet.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. No.
Washington.
No, I got a question for you.
Washington. Him and Terry.
Washington's got to get.
Honestly, if it's him and Terry, that's like Seahawks receivers like 2.0 because he's kind of like Tyler Lockett.
Saints.
Okay. Now I got a question for you about
Saints get a quarterback.
I got a question. I got a question for you about this. Okay, Michael Thomas.
Trade Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas. The last season he played, where is he better? Where would you rank him?
Michael Thomas.
The last season he played.
Top 3.
Top 3 probably.
Top 3. Yeah. He was unreal.
He set the record for most catches in a single season.
But he hasn't played in 2 years.
That's the thing. That year he had was unreal.
When healthy, he's a beast. But I just haven't seen him healthy in a long time.
He also had a really good connection with Drew Brees. Yeah. So I don't think he's coming back to the Saints.
No.
I don't think he's coming back.
I think him and Sean Payton.
He hasn't played in 2 years.
Yeah, they have some sort of
turmoil. They've got a little bit of something on there.
See, my thing with Michael Thomas is I don't think he's past his prime by any means, but I think he needs to get on the field and play while he's still in it because it is coming to an end. He's, what is he, 27? I mean, I don't think he's past his prime, but he's saying the clock is ticking. Yes, he needs to go play now. Like he needs to get back on the field and play for a team that has a quarterback.
Yeah, No, I would agree.
But if the Saints got a quarterback though and they brought DK Metcalf in, that'd be sweet.
Russell Wilson.
I want Russell Wilson to get the Saints. I want Russell Wilson to get the Saints so bad.
That'd be awesome. I would like that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, because he's.
They got to draft somebody. Though,
I think he would fit flawlessly in that offense.
They need to draft somebody though.
I agree with that.
Even Russell Wilson.
He's basically Drew Brees, but more athletic.
Imagine Russell Wilson with Alvin Kamara, a healthy Michael Thomas.
Awesome. I'm saying they need to.
Or Michael Thomas leaves and just bring DK with.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. Honestly, I think that I would love to see that happen. I'm just saying either way, even if that does happen, I still think they need to draft somebody and start developing him.
Well, with you saying that, do you think Russell Wilson's the reason that DK isn't as productive?
This year,
no. Well,
no.
This year, it's. You mean
Russell Wilson hasn't had a good year this year?
Yeah. When Russell Wilson is Russell Wilson, like last year, you saw how DK Metcalf
did.
That's
what I'm saying. Yes.
So
partially of DK Metcalf not being as good is partially due to Russell Wilson being not good.
Well, you gotta not have Geno Smith out there throwing to you.
Yeah, it's the quarterback play that kind of plays into that,
Well, you're only as
a receiver can only do as much as the quarterback gives him the ball.
Exactly.
DK Metcalf's non-spectacular play this year, I think, is a lot due to Russell Wilson having a poor season and having this random dude in there for a couple games.
Justin Jefferson, he obviously made the Pro Bowl last year, and he made it this year, and Jamar Chase made it this year. Mm-hmm. Do you think that there's a possibility that, like, let's say 3 or 4 years when they're like entering their prime, they're like neck and neck?
Yes.
Like,
I see that.
like 5 or 6 or.
Honestly, though, I see if Jamar Chase addresses the drops and he gets, like you said, in his prime, I see Jamar Chase being better than Justin Jefferson.
Really?
I see it. He's more athletic. He's faster. He's bigger. He's stronger.
He's got a better team around him.
He has a better team around him. I don't know about. I think. I don't know. I think their route running ability is pretty even. I mean, Jamar Chase cooks people.
Yeah, so does Jefferson.
And what's crazy to me is that we're talking about these 2 wide receivers, and we're talking about how good Joe Burrow is, and they're all on the same college
They were
team.
all on the same team.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
They had Terrence Marshall, too, who's not great, but, I mean...
He was first-round pick.
Yeah, he was a first-round pick, and he was a very good, he was a very good supplement to that receiving core. I mean, obviously, Jamar Chase was obviously the guy.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson was a little bit in Jamar Chase's shadow.
Yeah.
Still a great receiver, just a little under the shadow of Jamar Chase, and then Terrence Marshall was under both of them. So, But that was just an insane team.
Now that I look back on it, I think I like the Bengals pick with Jamar Chase. I think they did well.
I think that was the right
I think that was the right pick, but I honestly
controversial
think if they pick Sewell or whatever,
Swelly, I think.
yeah, however you say his name, then we're having the same conversation. That was a fine pick because if you look at him, he's one of the highest rated tackles in the NFL. He's a rookie.
I will say though, if we picked him, that would be a big hit in our weapons because Jamar Chase has been a big weapon.
Chase makes it.
Oh yeah.
Fun.
If we picked him and had we would just have the same guys we had last year then at that point,
which isn't terrible.
Yeah, I mean T Higgins is a stud.
I mean,
Tyler Boyd's a stud. I'm just saying that we wouldn't have the vast array of receiving. So I mean Jamar Chase is. I mean our receiving trio could probably be argued for the best in the NFL.
Yeah,
who else is up there?
I think it is the best. I think the Bengals have the best receiving trio in the NFL.
Didn't you say last time that you thought that Bucks with Evans, Godwin, and Brown was top?
Well, Brown's been suspended for half the season.
Well, yeah, but
I think
you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That is tough. I forgot about the Bucks. Yeah. The Bucks might be the best.
So I remember you said
that might be the best.
Evans got
That's probably the best.
I would say Bengals are
two. I mean, that's a stud. Well, and the thing about
there's no other team that's got 3 good wide receivers besides them two.
I know. The thing with the Bengals though is that our stud receivers are young. The Bucks stud receivers are
in their prime, getting out of it.
Currently in their prime. Yeah. You know, the Bengals guys haven't even entered their prime. I mean, Tyler Boyd maybe, but I mean,
he's not even the best out of the two yet.
He's
still 3.
Chase and Higgins and Boyd those guys are young and. I mean, Mike Evans is 29, 28 maybe. So, I mean, he's young too, but those guys are in their prime, whereas the Bengals guys are not even in their prime yet.
Yeah.
So, Sewell, he is...
That's not how you say it. I don't know how to say it either, but I know it's not Sewell.
Swelly.
Something.
Spelled S-C-W-E-L-L.
Well, I think he's like...
It's Hawaiian.
I mean, I don't know.
The
it's weird.
The Lions rookie tackle.
There you go.
That was very good.
He's only allowed 5 sacks this year.
No, he's good. I'm not saying...
Oh, he's a stud.
The best... I don't regret picking Jamar Chase, though, because he's not even the best lineman in the class, honestly. It's Rashawn Slater or whatever.
They're close.
Where's Slater go?
Chargers. I wish we would have gotten him. I was high on him coming in.
Yeah, he would have been... He would have been a good pick. Honestly, I don't think...
I think it would have been a good pick either way. I just think the Jamar Chase one has put us in, is been a more flashy one because he's a skill position.
All right, so last year we won 2 games. This year we're number 1 in the division.
Yeah, I mean, Jamar Chase was...
But that's not all Jamar Chase. That's
not at all. I
growing.
mean, we picked up...
Jamar Chase was still the right pick, though. I mean,
yes. I'm not arguing
our
about that.
Our offensive line isn't as bad as they were last year, even. I mean, we brought in Riley Reef or whatever.
That guy's like 40.
But he's better than freaking that... Dude, you hate. I mean, he's better than that guy.
Prince, I mean, he's so bad.
And the Bengals got a new offensive line coach, too. So, I mean, obviously he's helped them at least a little bit. I mean...
Joe Burrow's leg hasn't given out
yet.
I mean,
so
that's better than last year.
Their line is still definitely the worst part on that team, but it's not as bad as... It's not a glaring hole like it was last year. You know, last year, that line was god-awful.
It was bad. All right, so just to reiterate, you think that
I think we all agree that Jefferson's top 10, Chase is not yet.
Okay.
Yet. I think in a couple
And he
years
says
will
that
be.
Jefferson's top 5. Do you agree with that? I forget.
I would put Jefferson in the top 5.
Okay. And then Chase is on the cusp.
Chase is right there.
Chase
He's
is very
12,
close.
11, 12.
If Chase eliminated the drops and was more consistent, I would immediately put him in the top 10. I would
agree with you on that.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying I think in a year or two he will be. Because he's a professional athlete. I trust in the offseason he's going to get in the lab and fix his consistency issues. I think he's going to be a lot better next year. I don't think we're going to see him drop as many passes last year because, I mean, Deontay Johnson for the Steelers, he led the league in drops last year, and now he is like very good. So that's what I'm saying. I think if Jamar Chase can just address the drop issues, he will immediately be top 10.
I have a question. Do you think so? The best receivers selected in this draft was Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, and Jamar Chase. How would you rank those?
Well, Jamar Chase is obviously the best.
Jamar Chase won.
I mean, Jamar Chase is, that's not even close. Jamar Chase is the best.
He's the obvious number 1 there. 2.
Probably say Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
I mean, Jalen Waddle's.
He's been good the last couple of weeks. On the Dolphins' winning streak, he's been a stud.
Jalen Waddle has had a quiet, very good season.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
I mean, Jamar Chase is obviously better. I mean,
There's no argument between Jalen Waddle.
There's no argument for number 1 at all.
Jamar Chase is. I wouldn't give any argument for any other one.
Is it just because you're a Bengals fan?
No, it's look at the stats.
I mean, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase is the best receiver in that class. I don't know how you can argue that. I mean, he's the best.
I agree.
He might not be the most consistent, but he's still the best. So imagine when he does fix the consistency.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, Jalen Waddle's had a...
He's Pro Bowler and the other 2 aren't.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Jamar... and he's on a winning team.
Oh, Dolphins.
Dolphins about to make the playoffs. They're about to sneak their way into the playoffs.
They played a really horrible schedule, but yeah, I guess you can't argue that either.
Yeah. Schedule's a schedule.
No, I think Jalen Waddle's had a quiet, really good season. So has Devontae Smith, though. Honestly, I mean, I think all three of those
Eagles
guys
have been
are
surprising to me.
Uh huh. I think all three of those guys are very good. I'm just saying Jamar Chase is clearly the best. I don't know how you can argue that.
This is one of the better receiver drafts in a while.
It's been a good class for receivers.
Yeah, for sure.
Last year's was quarterbacks, Burrow and Herbert.
Yeah, now it's receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
running backs was Zeke and Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that
Good
was
Lord.
that was insane one. So we were talking earlier about how Cooper Kupp is having just this monstrous season, and he's about to break plenty of records, and he couldn't do any of that stuff without Matt Stafford, right? So
he was still good without Matt Stafford.
I know, but he wasn't. He wasn't
like
breaking records.
But he was still a very good receiver.
So that
with Jared Goff.
Yeah, well, Matt Stafford's a billion times better than Jared Goff. So obviously with Stafford, they've had just an instant connection, and they've played tremendous, and they both had very good seasons, probably both in the MVP conversation. And do you think they're one of the best wide receiver quarterback duos we've seen in a while?
Yeah,
I would say so.
I mean, the last duo I can think of besides Aaron Rodgers and Vontae Adams is Tom Brady and Randy Moss.
Brady and Edelman too. That was pretty good.
Do you think they're better than Brady and Edelman?
Oh yeah,
I think
Edelman was not breaking no records.
He broke playoff records.
Well, they're not in the playoffs yet. I'm sure Kupp will start breaking some records.
No, I think Stafford and Kupp are probably the best.
Stafford
of recent
and Kupp.
Times.
I have been a fan of Stafford for a while. The way he was able to win games with the Lions, you could see how good Jared Goff's
He's always been a special
They've been
player.
terrible.
Matthew Stafford has been a very good quarterback who has been like criminally underrated
because if he's on the Lions.
Like,
play professional sports in Detroit. You're
he
never
threw
coming
like
out of there.
40 some odd touchdowns one year and didn't even.
Well, like 3
He
games.
wasn't even like in the question for MVP because he played for the Lions. Like I feel bad for anybody that plays for the Lions. I mean, those guys are terrible. That is an awful franchise.
Except DeAndre
I mean,
Swift.
if you go to, I mean, I'm sorry, Detroit is not a good city.
No.
Bad city, Horrible franchise. If you play for the Lions,
Look at any other
screwed.
sports. Look at any other sports. The Pistons, worst team in the NBA.
No, if you play for a professional Detroit team, you are screwed.
Detroit is the black hole of sports.
It
You
really
go to
is.
you go to Detroit to and
Waste your
see-
die.
Yeah, and your career
I mean,
just
you're done.
dies.
If you play for Detroit, you're done.
Yeah, you don't get rid of it again.
I'm sorry. That's just how it
yeah,
is. You gotta get out of there.
I think Kupp and Stafford are an insanely good duo.
Yeah.
I think they
The records
especially with
show
Sean
it.
McVay as their coach.
The Rams are really good.
I think the Rams have a chance to win it all. Like
I think they should. I think they have a very good
I don't see who's going to stop them.
Well, I mean,
Who?
Packers are pretty good.
The Packers are
And
good.
Tom Brady's Bucks. I mean,
Tom Brady's Bucks have some injuries. Fournette's out for probably the rest of the season.
Yeah, they
Godwin's
lost-
out
they
for the rest of the
Fournette's
season.
coming back in the playoffs now, I'm pretty sure, right?
No, he's on IR.
He's got the hamstring.
He's on IR, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I just,
He
And then
could come back.
I
and
just-
Evans is always getting hurt. You know,
I
he's
just think Tom Brady in the playoffs is a very
it's but
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
but
I'm not counting out Tom Brady ever.
I'm not counting
you can't
out-
ever count him out.
I think
he always is in question for it.
the three teams to win it for me are the Packers, Bucks, and Rams.
Yeah, that's who I would
With
say
the
too,
Chiefs,
probably.
I don't know about the Chiefs.
So there's no AFC teams.
I think the NFC takes it this year.
Yeah,
I mean,
The AFC's been
the
tighter.
The Chiefs have been hot. I think the AFC's been more fun to watch just because it's so tight. But I think the NFC takes it just because I don't see anybody being. I don't know. I think the NFC playoffs is going to be really good.
I think the playoffs in general are going to be really good.
Yeah, but I'm saying the NFC
because there's not one team that I'm like, oh, these guys are just going to destroy, except maybe the Packers. I think they can be.
I think the Chiefs will probably walk to the AFC maybe a little bit easier.
yeah.
I mean,
But also, you got to think those NFC teams. You got to be playing the Cowboys. They're
Cowboys are
dangerous.
good.
that's why I'm saying the NFC is
scary.
going to be so good because there's so many teams in the NFC that are like neck and neck top tier teams.
Well, the Cowboys' defense is what they've been missing for so long, and now
They got it.
they got Parsons, they got Diggs.
Yeah, I mean the Cowboys.
I like what they're doing with that one dude, with number 20. What's his name?
Pollard.
Yes, I love what they're doing with him. They're doing like a little Debo Samuel with him.
I don't want to say this because I like the Rams. They're a cool team. You know, they got a lot of good players. But of the NFC teams, I think the Rams probably had the least shot.
What?
To win the Super Bowl. I would say so.
I can get behind that.
I mean, look, I would say either the Cowboys or the Rams. I mean, just I don't know.
When the Cowboys are hitting, they're very, very good.
Yeah.
What was the score in their last
I'm
game?
saying
Like
the
50
Packers
something or
are
14.
unbelievable. I mean, the Packers are unreal this year. I mean, I just feel like nobody can. I mean, they're like what 11-3. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah.
I just feel like nobody can beat them this year. I mean, I don't know why. I just feel like when you're playing the Packers, I mean, you just don't really stand a chance. I don't know. I mean, I
The
just
Browns
think
stood a
the Packers are very
chance,
good
and
this
their quarterback threw 4 interceptions. And
year.
and
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
and
That's
that's
just kind of what I
the
feel.
first
I mean,
3 interceptions, they scored a touchdown on every one of them. So you take away the 3 interceptions,
Yeah.
there's 21 points at like the 28th they scored.
No, I agree. I just think Aaron Rodgers is having another MVP season this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think him and Devontae Adams. I don't know. I don't know.
Is him and Devontae Adams
it's
a better?
It's gonna go either way. I just think that I don't know why. I just have that feeling about the Packers. They are just a very good team. Like I know the Packers don't have what the Rams have like across the board. The Rams have some, ridiculous weapons all across the board, and the Packers don't have that. I don't know why. I just feel like the Packers are better. I mean, the Rams kind of are almost like the Bengals. I feel like they're a little inconsistent. I mean, every time I've watched the Rams, except for once, they played terribly.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you think Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams are a better duo than Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford?
I mean, I would probably say so. Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford.
This season?
Not this season. Not this season.
You think Kupp and Stafford are better this season?
Yes, I would say so. I mean, the stats are undeniable. I mean, he's breaking how many, like 3 different receiver records?
Yeah, he's on pace for 149 receptions, which would tie for most in the NFL history. 1,965 receiving yards, which is the most in the NFL history, and then 15 receiving touchdowns, which is tied for 22nd most in the NFL history.
I think that both of the parts of that Packers duo are better than the Rams. Like Aaron Rodgers is better than Stafford, and
Devontae Adams
is better than Kupp. But the stats are just unreal, you know.
Yeah.
But the reason I don't have much grounds for saying that or defending that, saying that Rodgers and Adams is better than Kupp and Stafford, because Kupp and Stafford have only had this one season, and in this 1 year they've been together, they've already smashed these records.
Yeah.
So I don't really have much grounds for saying that. I mean, those are two Hall of Famers, you know. I don't know if Stafford and Kupp are Hall of Famers.
Stafford is.
He might deserve it, but do you think he'll get it?
Yeah. I think Calvin Johnson for a couple years.
I think we need to see how the rest of his career plays out. Because honestly, Matthew Stafford's not that old. I mean, he's still got another several good seasons in him.
Has he ever made the playoffs?
No.
That's a big one.
Well, he will this year.
Yeah, they will this year. No, Stafford's got several very good seasons left in him, and obviously Cooper Kupp does too. So I mean, I think that duo, you know, we're really gonna have to watch the rest of the.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams have had an unreal stretch together. I mean, those are two Hall of Fame players. You know, I mean, Devontae Adams is a Hall of Fame receiver, and Aaron Rodgers is probably a top 5, maybe even top 3 quarterback of all time.
So you're not ready.
A lot of people could argue Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback of all time. I mean, I'm not going to argue that. Brady's the best.
You're like the advocate that Brady is the
Brady is the best, but I'm just saying I could see where you're. I mean, I could see arguments for Rodgers though. Like I understand these arguments. Brady's better. Brady is the best, but I'm just saying I could see the Aaron Rodgers arguments. You know, that's all I'm saying. I see him. Brady's the best, but I understand those arguments.
So both of you are not ready to put Kupp and Stafford as one of the better, like, greatest wide receiver.
I'm not
quarterback
going to put it
duos.
One of the best seasons
I wouldn't
ever?
say
yes.
Yes. I am not ready to put them as one of the best duos of all time. I am not ready to do that.
It's too early for that.
It's way too early for that. Now, I will say this is probably one of the best seasons by a duo ever. But it's way too early to say
If we're talking about one of the best duos of all time, they're not there yet.
No,
but if we're talking about one of the best duo seasons of all time,
then
definitely there.
Yes. But, like you said, they are not there yet. I mean,
close.
Rodgers and Adams, well, they only had 1 year.
Give them a couple years.
Give them a couple years, see how it goes, then maybe we'll put that there. But, I mean, Rodgers and Adams, Brady Moss, Brady Gronk.
Brady Edelman.
Brady Edelman, man.
Brady Godwin. Brady Evans.
I mean...
Manning and Reggie.
Manning and
Marvin Harrison.
Manning and Harrison.
Wayne.
Montana and Rice.
Oh.
Steve Young and Rice.
I mean...
Would you put these guys...
Michael Irvin and
Troy
Aikman. I mean...
Would you put them over Big Ben and Antonio Brown in their prime?
Kupp and Stafford?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Matthew
Stafford is better than Big Ben.
I really hate the Steelers, so I want to say yes, but I don't know if I can.
AB was a lot... He was...
Antonio Brown was
so
really
good. He was so good.
He was very good. I mean, and...
Big Ben's not as good as Stafford.
He's not, but he's still a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah,
He's a 2-time Super Bowl champion. I mean, I don't know how many times he's been in the Pro Bowl. I mean, I don't know if he's better. I don't necessarily think he's better than Stafford, but I mean, he is a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yep.
So, you wouldn't say that they're like top 50?
Top 50?
Yeah.
Like duo-wise?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bleacher Report made a post. It was like top 50 greatest quarterback wide receiver duos. I'm just curious.
50? Well, yeah, they're in 50.
I think they're top 10.
I would say. I mean,
top 10.
Do you
think they're top 10?
Based on how this year's going, I mean, we'll have to see how the next couple of seasons go. But I mean, if they're going to keep this,
name a duo that had a better season.
What?
It's a name a duo that had a better season.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean,
but I'm just saying they haven't been together long enough.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't base it off
give
1
them
year.
a couple. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't base it on this. Yeah, it's too early. You know.
Bleacher Report, it's too early.
But I mean, yeah, they're in the top 50 though. I mean, obviously they're in the top 50. I mean, just
Andy Dalton, AJ Green.
They're not in the top 50. I think maybe if they keep this up, I would put them over Brady and Edelman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if they keep this up, I would.
Yeah.
Brady and Gronk though.
No.
I don't know.
That was special.
Brady and Gronk have such a big connection that they're
I don't know how.
Yeah. I mean, quarterback, tight end, man.
Yeah.
Well, there's been some really good quarterback tight end duos too.
Mahomes, Kelsey.
Phillip
Mahomes,
Rivers,
Rivers
and Gates.
Gates. Yeah, there's been some good tight end ones too.
Who's that one?
Jimmy Garoppolo and George Kittle.
Yes, that's.
Poor George Kittle.
Just kidding.
But no, yeah, I would easily put him in the top 50. I would.
No, the best quarterback tight end duo is Joe Burrow and C.J. Uzomah.
No, it's Matt Ryan and Kyle Pitts.
Pitts is one touchdown this season.
Realistically, it has
Not
to be
even in the
Gronk.
United States.
Oh yeah, they're the best. They're the best.
I mean, Gronk might be the best tight end.
I was just about to ask that.
He might be the best tight end ever.
Is Kelsey too?
I don't know. I mean, no. There was some dude. Gates, Antonio Gates, and who was that one guy?
Who's the bald guy? I'm thinking of him. He was
Tony Gonzalez.
Yes,
Tony Gonzalez. There.
Yes, there are some really good tight ends. Gronk might be the best, but
There's arguments.
I wouldn't say Travis Kelce's better than. I don't know.
Kelsey's good.
Top 5.
Dude. I don't know. I mean,
Kelsey's top 10
Kelce's top 10
of all time.
Yeah.
He has a ring.
Yeah, he has a ring. Yeah.
He does have a ring. Gronk's got 10.
Yeah, Gronk has like 3 or 4 or something.
I think he's got he wasn't there for all of them.
I think he has 4.
Gronk is the Scottie Pippen of the NFL.
Yeah.
Brady. Yeah.
Has somebody else win them all for him?
Well, Brady can win without him. He's done it before, but
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, they got that. Cameron Brady. He's pretty good too.
yeah, but not. He's so cute.
He's not Gronk, but I mean, if you're saying Gronk is not playing,
Dalton
then
Schultz.
he can win without him.
Yeah.
Dalton Schultz has had a good year.
Yeah, well, we were talking about the Lions. Did you see that thing where Gronk's...
Hawkinson's good. The
Hawkinson's
Lions.
good.
Hawkinson. See, the Lions have like good players, but they just suck.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
Did you see that before Gronk retired, he said he got traded to the Lions, and then he was like, I'm just going to retire instead of play for the Lions.
That's the way to go. If you just don't want to go to a team, I'm just going to retire.
And then he came back and went to the Bucks and won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
He knows how to do life.
he does. He knows how to do it.
I wouldn't take life advice from Gronk, though.
No.
That guy has more CTE than anybody I've ever known.
It's gonna be bad.
He's funny though. I like Gronk. He's funny.
He is funny. Speaking of something funny, I was on Instagram the other day, and I follow this NFL memes account, which we all do. And I found this rule change that would change the NFL, and I was reading through them, and they're actually pretty interesting. And I want to get your guys' opinions on them.
My immediate one, and really the only one that I could think about and care about. I mean, I think most rules are solid, but like the one that immediately comes to mind is the tie. There can't be ties. That is the most retarded thing.
Yeah, I think it's stupid.
Games end in ties.
Ties.
That is the dumbest thing.
So I am very passionate about the ties. The tauntings, they've got to stop being so petty.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on,
stupid
let's
too.
play some football.
Yeah, that's
You know what I
annoying.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, they flagged, like...
Tyreek Hill for doing this.
Yeah, and
roughing the passer.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire just did like this. He just pointed at him.
It's
And then and then Brady goes over and like cusses out the coach, and nothing happens.
Yeah, well, Brady's best friend is
Brady
the ref.
is like a kind of a dirtbag. He kind of is.
Yeah, he is.
He's like cussing out other teams' coaches, and like him in the Super Bowl, him and Tyrann Mathieu, like that was.
Tyrann Mathieu chirps all the time.
Yeah.
I also don't like some of the roughing the passer. Like,
Well,
there are some hits.
roughing the passer.
Yes. Or what?
I would-
Late hits.
There
or
are-
whatever.
there are some
calls
that are just ridiculous,
it's just
but-
like that should not be a
Joe
thing.
Burrow gets nothing though.
No.
Joe Burrow gets freaking clocked and gets nothing. That's bullcrap. Like if you're gonna call it, you call it for everybody. I mean, come on, Brady. I mean, it's like
And it's 15.
Another
yards.
thing
Yeah, I mean-
I'm not a big fan of is I think that if a wide receiver drops a pass and it's an interception, it should be the wide receiver's interception. Because you got to think.
so
listen to this.
then you're making a whole new statistic, like
Yes.
wide receiver picks.
Yes, because listen.
But like we were saying
you
with
saw that
Burrow.
Jamar Chase.
Yes.
You saw that Jamar Chase where he was
He
wide
caught
open.
the ball and then
Caught
handed it to the corner.
Yes. How was that? That was a perfectly thrown pass by Burrow. He
Great
read,
throw. Put
He
it right
read
in the pocket,
everything
yeah.
perfectly. He made the perfect play.
Put it right in
the throw could have not been more perfect.
But it goes on the stat sheet as a
But it
mistake.
goes on the
it.
stat sheet
Yes.
as an interception.
As a mistake
And
by Burrow.
That to
Yeah.
me cannot happen. That's
So-
they've got to make a stat
Yeah,
wide
I mean,
receiver.
if a
interception.
receiver's going to catch the ball and then hand it to the corner, I mean that should not be the quarterback's fault.
no.
So they said like their first one was for the taunting. They said that like it's encouraged, which I would agree with that.
I don't know if I would encourage.
I'm not going to encourage it. I'm just not going to call it for this.
Yeah, just let it happen.
Petty things.
No, if they're down there beating up on each other.
You can't be getting too chippy.
But now you just score and then you just walk off.
Yeah, no. Like,
now if you just look at it, it's like
touchdown celebrations should be allowed unless they're like really ridiculous. Like, I mean, giving everyone the finger or something like that. Like, that's a little bit ridiculous.
Or when Zeke jumped in the
the Salvation Army pod.
Yeah, like there's some stuff that's a little bit ridiculous. But like, peace sign or some of these dances, it's like just why? I mean, let it happen.
Yeah.
No ties is a big one too. I don't think there should be.
But do you think the ties is really the only one I care about? Honestly, I think most rules.
Do you think they should?
Ties is retarded.
Yeah,
that is stupid.
Do you think they should go to like how college does it, where you have 2 overtimes? If you don't score them, it's just 2-point conversions.
I think you just keep playing quarters until somebody scores. Normal football.
Because in college, after like the third overtime, it's 2-point conversions.
That Penn State game.
Yeah, they went to like 7.
Yeah, I think after you play like 2 whole extra quarters, then I think go to like.
It's like penalty kicks, kind of.
Yeah.
Or no, what I think they should do is like how college does it, where you start at like the 35 or something, and then go. But the NFL, you have to start from like wherever the ball is kicked.
I don't mind it totally the NFL. I mean,
I like that. But no, what I'm saying
is, I
is,
like how they run the single quarter of overtime. It's just that they need to like.
I say you run the single quarter and then you start at the 50.
No, so you do the single quarter and then the second overtime, and then once if it gets to third, then everyone starts like the 35,
honestly,
and then you just go.
I would even be down for doing the normal quarter like they do in overtimes, and then if it's not decided at that point, then the second thing to do, I think they put them at the 20, like in college, like that. I think you put them at the 20. And then let them go at it from there. And then if it's still not decided, then just do 2-point conversions after that. So one regular quarter.
What do you think about having a kickoff? Like, if the kickers go out there and it's like...
Oh, a kickoff?
Yeah, I think
that would be
30
funny.
Like the 7th overtime, maybe.
That would be funny.
It's like they just keep going back and the first kicker to miss lose the game for their team.
Well, talking about kickoffs, the third one they had was any kick that goes through the uprights on a kickoff are worth 1 point. What do you guys think of that one?
No, that is terrible.
I mean,
that would be funny. Just everyone trying to like boot like 70-yard field goal.
It would be funny, but like most NFL kickers can do that because they have a running start from like 15 yards back. They just
it's 1 point. I'm not gonna do that much. I just think
1 point can do a lot.
No, I don't think they should do it. I just think it'd be funny.
I mean, I think it'd be funny, but I don't think that should happen. I mean, that's kind of
here's an interesting one. Players are down when they fall, not when they're first hit.
That's how it is in
every
level of football, except for
the NFL.
Do you
think they should do that, or do you think it's better like when they're touched?
I say leave it touched because you can make some insane.
So
like you dive and you roll and you get up and nobody's touched you, just keep going.
Yeah. So
keep it like that.
Yeah. So if you trip on your foot, you can get up and keep running. Like I think keep it like that. Every other level of football, like high school and college, if you fall anyway, your down plays over.
I don't like that.
I like how it is in the NFL. I think down by touch.
Because
like it's not like you're going to stand up and get just wrecked. I mean, like if you trip, most of them come over and they touch you and you're down. So I think down by touch.
And most of the time when you're going down, you're getting touched anyway. So
exactly. Maybe like if a receiver lays out for a ball, and, he catches it and then like rolls and gets up and keeps running. I think you.
Game did that happen? That happened recently.
I think you should leave it because it makes for more fun, like insane plays. Honestly,
and I was watching a bowl game this week. And I think I forget who it was. Let me look. They found a little bit of a flaw in the system. It was let's see here. I sent it to you. So Oklahoma was playing, and they threw a pass against Oregon, and their wide receiver caught it, and Oregon's wide receiver was on top of him, and he wasn't going to make the tackle, and so he just ripped off his helmet. But he didn't tackle. He couldn't tackle him, but he just ripped off his helmet. And the Oklahoma he didn't get tackled, so he just ran in the end zone. But by rule, if your helmet is off, the play is dead exactly where you're at. So they didn't count the touchdown, even though the guy wasn't going to tackle him.
That's stupid.
Interesting. That's a cheat.
Which I get
it's
that
like
rule.
running. It's like running for a touchdown.
I don't disagree with that rule. I'm just saying that's a cheap move. That should be a penalty or something. Maybe.
Well, if you think,
okay, would you rather have a 15-yard penalty or a touchdown?
Well, no, I'd take the touchdown. I'm just saying that that's a really cheap rule. I mean,
I would rather have a 15-yard penalty on me than letting up an 80-yard touchdown.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's a really cheap move though by that guy. taking off his helmet in the middle of the play. I mean, it worked. I mean, it's really
hurt.
scummy, though. I mean, that's a really scummy move.
But you'd think, you've seen people
because you can't continue to play without your helmet. I mean, especially if you're the ball carrier, you're going to get a skull fracture.
There was nobody
rugby
near
style.
him.
Yeah,
the safety's the one who did it, and there was nobody else near him.
If you think there's been people that have lost their shoe and ran it in for a touchdown. What's the difference with a helmet? I mean, I know it's different. It helps you protect your. But
it covers your head.
I know, but if the guy,
if you get clocked without a helmet, there's a really good chance you're in a concussion.
But listen to me. If in this case, if the guy gets his helmet tore off and then he runs it for a touchdown, he doesn't get tackled. It should still be a touchdown. The play doesn't end.
I agree.
Then I'm just going to go and start running people's helmets off.
Yeah. If I'm a defense now,
why are you playing without a helmet though? I mean,
because
the running back's going to go.
How will it even take it off mid-play? There's a buckle. I mean, how? What?
I don't know.
Did he not have his chin strap? That's just stupid.
I was going to start ripping people's helmets off just to stop the play. I'll rip some lineman's head off, and then it's just not going to be able to do it.
It's just scummy because why? I understand you can't play without a helmet. I mean, crap.
But you should at least allow the touchdown. He didn't get tackled.
I could say allow the touchdown, yeah. But I mean, if your helmet gets popped off, you have to come out for a play.
Yeah.
I think there should be there was nobody in 15 feet of him.
It should be a 50-yard penalty.
I think it should be
instantly at the 1 yard
I think they
line.
should go to booth review and see is there anybody 15 yards away or something like that.
I have.
Because if a running back,
I've never seen it happen before either.
I was watching it and I was irate for Oklahoma because I was like, I just got a 60-yard touchdown taken.
I would be mad if I was the
I'd
Oklahoma
be
player.
furious, but I'm just saying I have never seen that happen before, so I don't really think that's much of a problem.
Well, you might be seeing it happen more since it worked.
Like the fake slide.
They immediately outlawed that.
Well, yeah,
that
it
was smart,
ridiculous.
It was kind of a cool move, though.
It was. No, it was a great move, but that guy's going to get either decked or that guy's going to get targeted.
I understand why they needed to outlaw that.
Yeah.
Another one which I thought was interesting is they said that quarterbacks don't get credit for yards after the catch by a receiver, which I think would be interesting.
Ball placement. So you throw a pass.
So if you throw a 50-yard pass.
Or you lead it to him to the right to where he reaches out and keeps running that way. Or you throw it to his chest, he gets tackled. Mm-hmm. The quarterback's placement is big on that, in my opinion. So
I like how it is.
I like how it is.
Yeah, I think they keep it like that.
Yep.
Because it's really not. I mean, neither party's losing because the receiver gets yards after the catch. The receiver gets his yards when he has the football, and the quarterback gets his yards throwing. And I mean, I think it's fair both ways.
Yeah.
I say you leave that. I like how it is. I think it would be a little
weird.
It would just be weird.
Yeah, I would agree. And then the last one that they said was what we talked about. Instead of the quarterbacks, wide receivers get charged with interceptions when it hits them in the hands and they drop it.
I don't totally disagree with
I
that.
think out of all of these, that and the ties should be the two.
The ties is the one that needs addressed. Yeah.
But I think that would be cool because, like we were saying with Joe Burrow, a good amount of his interceptions have been because of tip balls or his receivers dropping him, which is not his fault.
Yeah.
So that would change the amount of interceptions, which would make the game, I guess, a little cleaner. Stat wise, at least.
Yeah.
I think that I would be okay if they changed that, but I think the only one that we've talked about that I think needs to be changed is the ties. That one needs to be changed.
That is the biggest one that needs to be changed.
That is I don't know why they haven't changed that. That needs to be changed.
I have another one that somebody was talking about. Do you think that defensive linemen should be allowed to put their hands up to tip the ball when the quarterback throws it?
Don't they already do that?
I know, but
should it be allowed? Though?
Yeah, should it be allowed? Because
it's annoying because
they drop back and then the dude just bats it down and then it's annoying.
Yeah,
it's part of the game, in my opinion. You can't just take away. You can't just take away part of the game because it's annoying.
Well, your line got to block better. Push him away. I mean, if he's,
how about you look off the line? In my opinion, that should not even.
I don't think that should be.
That is
I think it was Drew Brees was talking about that. He was
saying Drew Brees is 5'2".
He was saying, I think that was his argument.
Yeah,
He was it's super annoying.
I'm sure.
It's extremely annoying.
That's part of the game.
Yeah.
Passes are going to get
just because it's annoying does not mean you just take it out of the game.
I hate watching when the guy throws it and the camera pans to the receiver and then you just see the ball flying opposite direction.
How often does that really happen?
It's happened a lot this year. Almost every game I've seen, there's been at least one or two batted down
do you get
balls.
A clean pocket a clean pocket. The quarterback sets his feet and makes a good throw,
I mean,
and then just gets batted down.
Every time the quarterback throws the ball, the defensive lineman's hands are up. So if he throws a slant like a centimeter too low, it's tipped.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't happen that often. I feel like.
I don't know.
I feel
Part
like
of the game.
I feel like it's happened more this year than I have seen in any.
I don't know.
other
I
year.
personally haven't seen it happen too much. Like
I was gonna say
clean
before you said it was
pocket,
Drew
they
Brees, it
deliver
had to
the
be
throw and
somebody
it's
short.
batted down. Like, I don't see that too.
Before he said it was Drew Brees, I knew it had to be somebody short.
Somebody
Because
short
there's no way that other people
I can
complain
see-
about it.
Kyler Murray is the shortest quarterback in the NFL, and I
Yeah, but he can run. Drew Brees.
Drew
Can't
Brees
run.
learned to run, train.
well, okay.
Drew Brees cannot learn to run. That's.
I think that's just a part of the game. I don't think that should really.
All right, that is all we have for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for listening. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and have a good rest of your day.